Good morning, folks. Welcome to Quantsapp. This is Vicky Sajnani. Let's get started with the morning market brief. 17,958 is Nifty 50 futures, where we shut shop 0.28% gains, 0.18% gains, 41,750 in Nifty Bank futures. We shut shop. So let's see where the SGX Nifty is pointing to. Yesterday, last evening, it was in the positive territory. Well, as of now, 100 points, 111 points down. So 17,834 again below the 17,900 mark. So that was showing some solace to the bulls. Now back we are expected to open on a weaker stance. Let's see how it pans out. Let's look at the charts. Charts are poised at a critical point. So either they reverse from here or there is a breakout and you can see higher trajectory. Anyways, 18,210 happens to be a resistance point, thereabouts of 18,200. 18,500 is the next major level. As the supports, we see 17,500 and 17,200 as the major levels as the supports. Well, looking at the futures OI, you are seeing some amount of short covering happening. Not a clear picture. The OI quantum also is not that substantial, but there are no longs coming in immediately. Well, looking at the Nifty options, 18,000 happens to be a substantial call writing, so that's going to be a stiff resistance. 17,800 on the lower side is a substantial put writing, so that's going to be the support. Apart from that, you're seeing a lot of concentration of puts and calls, both on the lower side on the puts and higher side on the calls. You're seeing variety of strikes, 18,100, 200, 300. So there is a concentration of OI built up there. On the lower side, you have 17,600, 500. So you have a concentrated or staggered supports and resistances respectively. Well, looking at Bank Nifty charts again now. 42,000 happens to be a resistance point, and of course 42,500. And then 4372 is 43,072 is a major level on hurdle on the higher side. Supports being 41,000 and 39,718. That's a major supports. Well, there is a set of longs which have come in, but not that substantial longs, given the open interest the day before. Well, let's look at the options chart. 41,500 happens to be a substantial put writing as well as call writing. So let's see if that unwinding comes in. 41,000 is the next major put writing, and 42,000 on the higher side is the call writing. Okay, top gainers and losers. Trent, Cummins India, Jubilant Food are top gainers. Adani Enterprises, Ambuja Cement, MRF, top losers. Looking at the sectoral contribution, IT and oil and NBFC, private banks contributed positively to the Nifty. IT contributing 31.77 points. You had auto, telecom, pharma, cement, fertilizer on the negative binge. Infra also on the negative contribution. 11 points positive contribution from private banks, 16 points positive contribution from NBFC. Looking at the sectoral built up, IT, cap goods, NBFC. On the long side, you have infra, realty, auto ancillary on the short side. I take this opportunity to invite you to Option Symposium 5.0. It's going to be held on the 11th and 12th of February. That's tomorrow and day after at the iconic Bombay Stock Exchange. You'll get to learn a lot of networking, a lot of learning there, option tactics, 10 plus option strategies to learn, which can be actionable from the 13th itself. So you can implement them in your systems and so on and so forth as per your suitability. Sponsors includes Alice Blue, Espresso, M Stock, 5 Paisa, Rigi. To visit, you can visit and register at www.optionsymposium.com, or there could be an iCard popping up on my right-hand corner for you to register. Well, it's going to be at the iconic Bombay Stock Exchange and a lot of experts coming in. I think it's going to be a great event and not a miss event. So I shall be there and see you there. Well, continuing on to the result calendar, we are seeing Naukri, Abbott, BHEL, Metropolis, Glenmark, Alchem, and a whole host of other companies, M&M, announcing the results today. Well, we have one stock on the radar, which is on a negative possibility of a negative tinge there. Of course, there has been RSI, which is dipping lower after a kind of a divergence kind of situation. So let's see how this pans out. 1490 happens to be the major support for this counter. So 1490 and then 1450 are the major supports. 1553 and 1597 are the major resistance points. So it is supported as of now, but let's see how that pans out. But then the counter looks to be under bear pressure still. So it's still languishing. Well, we saw some amount of long unwinding there, and we have seen a series of short covering, short covering, that kind of a cycle out there. Well, looking at Bata India, open interest, 1600 happens to be the call OI, which is the resistance. 1500 major support, being the highest put OI. The other stock on the radar is Shriram Finance. Resistance 1336, 1376. Supports being 1292 and 1256. Look at the positioning of the RSI also. And as I pointed out, 1336 happens to be the resistance point. And this could have a positive jump up, possibly on the breakout of 1336. Well, as of now, the OIs are not that substantial, but we are seeing a steady OI, which is a long long OIs coming in. In Shriram Finance, open interest picture from the options end. Substantial OI at 1300, which is the call OI. Put OI is at 1200. Well, the next major call OI is at 1400 thereabouts. So that's a strike which has substantial call OI. So let's see how the unwinding happens, or if it happens, how it evolves during the day. The major support zone 1200, major resistance 1400. Of course, there's a series of calls which are written intermittently. So that's a bundled resistance out there. So it's not going to be an easy ride up, looks like. Securities in the banned list, India Bull Housing and Ambuja Cement. Well, before I wrap up, I would like to highlight to you, please consult your financial advisor before trading in derivatives. Also, please follow strict stop losses while trading in derivatives. So we covered the two stocks, Bata India, Shriram Finance, Nifty Bank and Nifty Futures Technical levels were covered. Sectoral long built up IT, cap goods, and BFC. And short built up is infra realty, auto ancillary, Banlist, Ambuja Cement, India Bull Housing. Well, that's it from my side. Wish you happy trading and all the best. And see you at Option Symposium 5.0.